got a lot to talk about, don't we? Hey everyone, SolarPrimal here. For those of you that don't know, I'll paint the picture for you the best I can, just to give you some clarity. There has been some news recently pertaining to the new Pokemon Sword and Shield game that's going to be coming out later this year, and it's gotten everyone in an uproar. It's all a buzz on the internet right now, and many fans are just freaking out. And I wanted to talk about it and give my thoughts, kind of open up a discussion with you guys and those that are also fans of Pokemon. So I'm not here to tell you guys what to do. I'm just giving my opinions, and I also want to hear yours. And basically what that news is that for the new game that's coming out, there isn't going to be a National Dex, at least that's what they say. And what that means is that only certain Pokemon are going to be available for Sword and Shield. Game Freak has already stated that you won't be able to bring all your Pokemon from Pokemon Home into Sword and Shield. And that's basically what people are pissed about. And I get it. A lot of people are pissed because they can't bring over an old Pokemon that they had from a previous generation and a previous game that they had a playthrough on and bring it to the next one. That's been kind of a nice little thing that they've been trying to do these past generations. So understandably, some people are a bit pissed. And when I mean some, I mean a good bulk of the internet. But here's where I want to give my opinions and my thoughts. Starting with just the simple fact that we've kind of been spoiled a little bit in the past 10 years, we'll say, because at least for the first and second generations of Pokemon, we haven't been able to do what we can do now, which is bring over Pokemon from other regions and games into the next generation. And I think we've just gotten accustomed to it so that when we don't get it, a lot of people don't know how to handle it. The National Dex wasn't a thing until third generation, but something that's gone on every generation, every iteration of a game. The way I see it, Game Freak has always tried to do something new in every game, and sometimes it sticks, sometimes it doesn't. Things like rotation battles, some things like triple battles, other things like Pokemon contests, Pokeblocks, puffins, held items, shiny Pokemon, the battle frontier. Man, they even took out bikes in Alola. The list goes on, but you get the idea. Every game and generation, Game Freak has tried to do something new to either revitalize an old system or to either innovate the game. So some things have been taken out, some things have stayed, and that's not because the mechanic or the feature wasn't good. It was them just trying to evolve the game as it went along, trying something new to see if it works, and if it did, they would do something similar to it in a later game. It's all been a big experiment ever since the beginning of Red and Blue and Green, depending on where you're from. Hidden moves are barely a thing anymore in the newest games, and yet they were such a pivotal thing that many trainers had to keep track of or be aware of when they were going through their adventure. But I'm rambling, let's move on. With how massive the roster of Pokemon has become, I'm not too surprised to hear that they're not able to have all the Pokemon be in the next game because there's so much they need to do to make that happen. They got away with it before with, say, Mega Evolutions, because there's only a few select Pokemon that got a Mega Evolution. And then you needed their Mega Stone to make that happen, so you really had to work for it. Z moves were the easy button to that, because once you have it, it could apply to any Pokemon that has that type of move. But they're not just only applying a new feature to one Pokemon or a few, they're applying it to all of them. That might even result in Dynamaxing as well. And as it stands right now, we're up to 809 Pokemon, 16 confirmed new ones as well. And that's just a start. They're not releasing just 16 new Pokemon. There's gonna be, if you do the math, on average we get about 115 Pokemon every generation if you average it out. That would bring the count up to well over 900. That is a lot. With that massive scale, a National Dex may not work anymore. Hashtag too many Pokemon. You can kind of say it was inevitable. Now, I've also seen people actually get a little confused, and they stated that some Pokemon will be able to get in the Galar region, but just not all of them. And a lot of people are taking that as a personal attack, because they want their favorite Pokemon to be able to make it through. But again, 925 is a lot to deal with. Yes, it's on the Switch, which is a lot more powerful and can handle a lot more stuff, but that is still a lot. And I know there's been debates on people saying that they're restricting it so that they can better improve the animation quality of all the Pokemon and their moves, so just make it that much more incredible just to see the Pokemon actually doing the move, not just doing a weird motion to apply that they did the move. And sure, there's been a clip going around of Scorbunny doing a double kick and it looks like it doesn't do anything. And so far that's the only clip I've seen, so to me that just means they weren't ready yet, and that's just on their new Pokemon. I feel like we need to be a lot more patient to see the results that they're promising. And again, I'm not trying to defend Game Freak on what their statements are and then what actually gets shown, but something I've noticed is that whenever there's a new generation that comes out, people have something to complain about. Sometimes it's valid, sometimes it's not. And in the end, some people decide to play it, some people don't. The people that don't decide to play it sometimes will jump back onto it and play it eventually, or they just don't play it at all and they wait until the next one. The other people that do get to play it, most of the time, they come out with a, yeah, that was alright response. And that's perfectly fine, because if you didn't like it, you wouldn't actually play it then. And again, don't get me wrong, I would love for the National Dex to come out. And I know, as it stands right now, Game Freak has said they're not going to bring it back, not even through DLC or a patch or anything like that. Which might indicate that they might be thinking of something else to do. And I have a theory about that. What if these max raids would be the way you could get the Pokemon that you can't import from Pokemon Home? What if they treat it like a raid that is in Pokemon Go, where the odd time that raid is something that you can't just find in the wild walking around? That's just one theory, but we don't really know much beyond that. We don't know what the breeding system's going to be like, if that's going to change, because that could change if my theory is correct. This is only June. We still have half a year for them to reveal more stuff before the game comes out, before we really should be jumping up and down and getting upset by this, because we don't know what they're actually coming out with. They're not just going to tell us like, oh, you guys are mad? Ooh, okay, here, let me calm you down by telling you what we're actually going to do. That's not how they're going to do it. They're going to wait. They're going to pick times to share more information, and maybe, if we're being optimistic here, maybe by the time the game gets released, there's gonna be a solution to everyone's grief. Don't you remember back in the day when people used to be mad at an ice cream cone being a Pokemon? That was their biggest thing to worry about. That's just kind of what I think. I feel like we're all jumping before we're really looking at the situation. Game Freak is always trying to bring us a newer and better Pokemon game. There's always going to be uncertainty when it comes to new games, just in general, but with Pokemon games, of course. There's always going to be skepticisms, there's always going to be concerns. But until you play it and experience it, you won't know what you're missing out on or what you could be enjoying. In just the announcement alone, again, we're going to have raid battles. There's going to be a wild area that will really spice things up when it comes to Pokemon catching. And then we got the Dynamax, in which we only have scratched the surface on what they're going to do with it, because who knows where it could lead to. And again, you're going to be able to bring all your Pokemon into Pokemon Home if you choose to. Sure, you won't be able to bring them all into Pokemon Sword and Shield, but that doesn't mean there's no plans to be able to bring those Pokemon into a different game eventually. Who knows, maybe they're going to bring back a Pokemon Stadium game for the Switch. A stadium game where you could have hundreds of people connect to at once and enter in a tournament. Wouldn't that be wild? I know a lot of people are going to feel like it's a hit to their nostalgia, but all I can recommend is just to keep your head up high, be optimistic, get excited about what new stuff they're going to try and bring. Be positive and patient, and who knows, maybe there will be a National Dex later. Maybe they're just actually trying to tinker with it and maybe refine it so that they're not necessarily calling it a National Dex, or they could be doing something with it that we just don't know about yet. We don't know, and that's probably what frightens a lot of us. But think about it this way. We just got Banjo-Kazooie on Smash Bros. Anything's possible. So anyways, those are just my thoughts. I would like to hear your guys' thoughts. in the comments down below. If this is your first time watching this video, feel free to subscribe because I will be doing more of these kind of videos. And the more opinions I hear from you guys, the better, because the more I learn, your guys' views may be different than mine, and I want to hear that. And again, we only know just a little bit. We don't know everything yet. We've only been given a taste, and so far, it's a little tangy. And if you guys like this video, give it a like. I'm probably gonna get a few dislikes, and that's okay. But whether you agree with me or not, please let me know in the comments down below. And until then, you guys, this is SolarPrimal signing out, and bye for now.